episode of Rebuilding Portsmouth. Now, in our last episode, of course, we managed to wrap up. Well, I say wrap up. We were beaten by Manchester United in the league, but by this point we were already through to the next round of the Champions League, essentially. You know, barring ridiculousness. I can tell you that we did win in Russia. I'll show you the scoreline later in this episode because it was a doozy, so to speak. I'm not entirely sure how we did this, but believe me, it was a doozy. Now, a couple of things before we get into the draw for the Champions League to go over is, firstly, people want to know if Jed Wallace has found a new club. He actually hasn't. It came up with him sort of praising a player. You know, the former player praises, I think it was Pipoca in this case. But yeah, he has not currently got a club. He's 31 years old and does not have a club. And in case you're wondering, Kieran Griffiths is still at FC Dallas over in the States. The other thing is, I've been having comments lately about the number of games I do in an episode. And the fact is, and I'll put it down, it's as simple as this basically, this is not my full-time job. And as a result of it, I can't, like, I already do 2 episodes a day, and it doesn't mean I do 2 episodes of recording a day. I do a lot more than that, because obviously you can't record every single day. And it's a lot of work to put into these. These episodes take a long time to make. I don't know if you realise that, but it does take quite a long time to actually produce these videos. It's not a simple case of just recording it, because you have to play all the games first, then you have to do a recording, which takes as long as this recording is. Then you've got to render, I have to render the audio, render the video, make it, edit it, export it, upload. You know, it's not a quick thing, and I have to do that sometimes with 5-6 videos a day. You know, plus I try to keep the important games involved, and I asked you guys before what sort of games you want to see, and people told me that they want to see a variety. So that's what I'm trying to do. So it's really hard. Like, you can't please everyone all the time. So I'm just going to kind of just keep doing what I'm doing, basically, in showing you important matches, basically. People said ignore the League Cup again. Well, you know, I might do. But if we get to another final, I'm not going to ignore the Cup final, am I? So it's just one of those things. It's just, I'm trying my hardest to please everyone, but it is very, very difficult to do that, basically. It's just not that easy. You know, everyone has different opinions on things, and I have to do what's best, what I feel is going to make the series most enjoyable to watch, basically. And I like to give a bit of everything with that at the same time. That being said, I might well do a few more skips for Champions League stuff next season. We'll just have to try it out. It's really difficult to judge. And the other thing is, it's my birthday today. Oh, well, not today while I'm recording this, but today as you're hearing this. Like, today is Thursday, so yeah. But it's Saturday when you're seeing this, so that means yes. So that's fun as well. And hopefully I would have streamed last night. I don't know if I have yet, but hopefully things all would have gone to plan. So yeah, let me know what you thought of that if you did actually watch that too. So, right, now we can actually get into the damn draw. Right, so who's in the draw? We've got AC Milan, Atletico, Chelsea, Inter, Manchester City, PSG, Real Madrid, Sampdoria, Ajax, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Lokomotiv Moscow, who did actually sneak through, you'll note, despite the result against us, due to Juventus losing at Galatasaray. Manchester United, us, Benfica, and Zenit. Now, I don't know who's seeded and who isn't. Obviously, we're in the... Well, not seeded, you know what I mean. Like, I can't remember who's who, so let's just do this and see who we get. I'd like to think that it's going to be someone like maybe Sampdoria. Sampdoria will play against Barcelona. Disappointing. Atletico, I hope we're not on this side. I can't remember which side of this we're going to come up at. Zenit. I'll take Zenit, potentially. Real Madrid gets Zenit. Okay. Paris Saint-Germain. Inter get Paris Saint-Germain. Okay. Lokomotiv Moscow. We can't draw against Lokomotiv Moscow. And Chelsea get them. Please don't give me Ajax again. Benfica. Benfica. Okay, I'll take Benfica. Yes, okay, we got Benfica in the Champions League. That's a bit interesting. Ajax will play against Manchester United, which means Bayern Munich will play Manchester City. That's good for us. It's a chance to get City out, because Bayern Munich are a bloody good side, and if they could knock City out for us, there could be a real opportunity. So those games will be played an episode down the line. We'll do a double live com episode like I always do for these ties, for the home and away legs against Benfica. Hopefully we can come through that and get to the quarterfinals, but I really feel like we should be going further this year. Like last year we were knocked out in the quarterfinals by Ajax, and that was a really disappointing one. Hopefully this year we can step it up a notch and really take it to... I really just want to give it a go this year. We've got to win a trophy, basically. So guys, I will join you guys in a little while after I've played some of the games for the rest of the month, and I will join you for the Chelsea game later in this episode in the Premier League. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye. Right guys, we are back, and as you can see, looking at the scorelines there, we've had an amazing month. I mean, it's not without its drawbacks, and that I must make very, very clear. Like, those scorelines, some of them are ridiculous, I'll admit, and I don't even know how, but there's also some bad stuff to talk about. So firstly, we're just going to kick things off, basically. Our first game of the month was away in Russia against Lokomotiv Moscow. I couldn't believe this. In the snow in Russia, we've managed to score 8 goals. And we went they had a two-striker system, so I went with our two up top formation because, we've been playing well with it lately. And Pipoca's been looking like an absolute god lately. Comes through here, and within 6 minutes, we're 1-0 up in Russia, and I'm feeling pretty damn confident about this. But look, Lokomotiv had 16 shots as well, 9 of which hit the target. They had some clear-cut chances, some half chances. They did not deserve to get beaten by 8-1. That is absolutely for sure. But one thing I would say about this is that Pipoca had the game of his life, and he's really starting to look like a guy that could rival Millington at some point. Or, I mean, look at this. Rival Millington at some point, or maybe convince us to use this two-striker system as a sort of default. Vanos is strike there, well saved, and Santos on the rebound. The Ballon d'Or has yet to be decided, but Santos surely has to be up there with the chances to win that. Robson is also nominated for Man City, but he's not been quite so good the last couple of seasons. He's fallen away a little bit with his scoring record, and Santos has been just as phenomenal. So yeah, we were 2-0 up after 11 minutes, and things got even better for us literally in the 11th minute. We basically wrapped things up, essentially. I mean, there's no two ways about this. We put the icing on the cake in this game after just 11 minutes, which was great to see, really. We just had this dominance. Pipoca's ball around the corner, and Millington with a little jinked finish there to score his 18th goal of the season now. I don't know if he's going to be able to quite get to the levels that he did last year. He's going to need some serious second-half performances for that. But my God, in the league has he been absolutely ruthless at times, and that's why he's right up there in the top scorers in the league. Obviously, top scorer in the Premier League last season. I'm hoping he continues to do that. But then, remember, 16 minutes on the clock here. Santos is ball in off the bar from Pipoca, and there he is to score his second of the night already, and his 10th goal of the season, bear in mind. I think maybe we've got a 20-goal-a-season player there. I think he could get 20 goals this year as a backup striker, although, of course, we've been playing two up top quite a bit. Then Santos is ball in, Luigi Lucarelli with the big header right at the start of the second half to make it 5-0 Portsmouth and just put the icing on the cake for us, really. 10th goal of the season as well for Lucarelli. What a year he's had. A lot of people started to doubt him, but he's really shown his quality this year. He might not look so good, but the fact is he's got the goals. 10 goals this season, and a buttload of assists to go with it as well. Archuba here, Pipoca around the corner, and Mark Simpson coming on as a substitute in the 70th minute to make it 6-0 in Russia and score his third of the season as well. And bear in mind, he's been out injured for quite some time, so it's good to get him back, and believe me, we're going to need him, and you'll see why soon. Pipoca then, dropping it short to Ivancic. Lovely bit of work here from Tercio to play this into the path of Santos to score his second of the match and make it 7-0, with only his only his third goal of the season, bear in mind, which is surprising, I have to say. But injuries have plagued him at times. And then, with 4 minutes to go, Archubi's ball in, cleared away, and I thought, surely we can't do this. Surely there isn't going to be an 8th goal in this match. But I was wrong, and we actually did manage to get an 8th goal. I think that might be the first time we've ever scored 8. I think we conceded 8 once, but I don't think we've ever scored 8 before. Tercio getting into a little bit of a jumble there, but Robert Gray, just phenomenal. I even tried him in central midfield, I think. Oh, no, wait, I'm thinking of trying him in central midfield, because he's actually not bad. I accidentally put him there when I was moving a formation around, and his rating was more than 3/4 full, and then Pipoca coming in to complete his hat-trick there to make it 8-0 with his 11th goal of the season, which was just good stuff. Unfortunately, we did allow them to get a late consolation, and I say consolation because there is no consolation. To be 8-0 down and grab a late goal. I was disappointed, though, with the fact that we let them score this, because we should have just cut this out. But it's a great strike from Kia. Look at that for a hit. Belongo could do nothing about that, but, at this point, it is literally, like trying to deflood the Titanic with teacups. It ain't going to happen. 8-1 winners, and obviously through to the next round of the Champions League, where, of course, we've been drawn against Benfica, which you would have found out earlier in this episode. In our next game, we've had some really good wins this month, like, seriously. Going against Liverpool away from home. Again, they played 2 strikers, so I thought, let's just go for it. Let's do 2 strikers. But as you can see, we only managed 11 shots, 8 on target in this game. And, we only 8 shots apiece. Well, no, I mean, we had a lot of clear-cut chances, though. 5-1 on clear-cuts, which I think is what made the difference in this one. Took the lead after 11 minutes, when Mehdi Sassi is back fit again, which is nice. Lucarelli comes inside, drops it across for Millington, and it's in the back of the net at Anfield. 1-0 Pompey after just 17 minutes. Giving us the lead, but we've had some tough games at Anfield in the past, and I was a little bit worried that it would be more of that. And unfortunately, Liverpool equalised through one of those goals. And I was just head and hands at this point, because we hadn't looked all that great, if I'm honest, and I was a little bit worried that we might not be able to get the win. But in the end, just after half-time, we managed to get back in form here. Millington going round a couple of people with the shot, and then Pipoca on the rebound, making it 2-1 to Portsmouth with another goal for himself. He's had a wonderful month and is really starting to show signs that he could potentially become a world-class striker along with Millington, and we could have 2 amazing strikers up there. Ball headed away. Henderson with the long ball downfield, but of course Belongo comes flying out, and then look at that pass. Admittedly, it's a clearance, but 10 minutes to go, we were kind of more concentrating on trying to defend this lead. But of course, with this tactic, there's not a lot you can do. But look at this. Pipoca breezes past his man, sets himself up and scores another one. 5 goals in 3 games for him. 5 goals in 2 matches for him, with his 13th of the year, really starting to look like an absolute dead cert for player for getting in that first team at the moment. Like him and Millington, frankly, both looking absurdly good. Next match was away at Hull in the Capital One Cup. Now, I rested the squad a little bit again, but we still had a lot of it. I mean, Tercio and Gomez played in the centre of midfield for this one. But a lot of the other players still the same. And as you can see, Kyle Nurse and Julian MacLeod actually came in for this one, and Lucas Vega as well. But we were still able to come up with a win, and we booked a place in the semi-final of the Capital One Cup. For I think the 3rd year in a row, we've reached the Capital One Cup semi-finals, which is pretty damn good. And obviously the last 2 years we reached the final as well. And what I also would say is that we've been drawn against Chester City in the semi-finals. League One, Chester City. Man United will play Tottenham in the other semi-final. We finally got a good draw. And, it's going to be glorious, because I think that's basically over 2 legs. We should be able to beat League One Chester City. So without sounding too presumptuous, we're going to be playing another League Cup final. And yes, that is going to be a game in an episode, because I'm determined to win it this time. Twice we've been in the final and twice we've lost out. This time I really do want to take it on, and I feel this is the squad that can do it. I feel like we've got enough in the tank. Tercio's ball through here, and Lucarelli with a calm finish there to make it 2-0 Pompey after just 10 minutes, remember, away at Hull here. And that was all good. Lovely stuff. They did, however, get one back late on, as we were sort of unable to capitalise on a few chances. Like, we had some good clear cuts in this one, but in the end, we just didn't take as many of them. But that was fine by me, I really, as long as we got through. Jimenez's ball in, and a good header there from Jose. And is that Jose Perez? Yeah, it is. Wow. Surprising that he's at Hull now. He was at Stoke for quite a long time, and he's a decent player. But there you go, a 2-1 win and into the semi-finals against Chester City. We won't be showing the semi-finals against Chester City. I'll probably pick other games that are more important around there, because they are going to be pretty much foregone conclusions, I would have to say. Next match, I'm sorry, Cardiff fans. Someone said to me, like, could you please stop manhandling Cardiff? I don't mean to do it, it just happens. But what I would also like to point out is both Santos and Pipoca were taken off injured in this game, and both have twisted ankles, and both will be out for 4 to 5 weeks. So just as we were really starting to hit our stride again, like really starting to get our mojo back, scoring lots of goals, looking good, Pipoca was finally firing. But with Millington, this happened basically. I mean, this was strange though. I mean, all the goals in this game came in the first 25 minutes. We were 5-0 up inside 25 minutes. Santos whips it across, and Pipoca getting up there nice and early to continue that wonderful goal scoring run he's on with his 14th of the year. Unfortunately, he then did have to go off injured not long after this, which was such a shame, and it's really going to stunt him, I feel like. 5 weeks out on the sidelines. No Santos either. But look at this. Pipoca with the ball out wide to Millington. This is just amazing counter-attacking play. Millington inside to Santos. What a first touch. Sets himself, and boom. Another goal for Santos. You can see how important he is to this team, and that's why I hope that the loss of him and Pipoca isn't going to hurt us too badly, but I just have a horrible feeling that it might well do. Again, Pipoca here dropping it inside. Lucarelli. Millington sets himself, and it was 3-0 inside the first 10 minutes of this match. Millington with his 20th goal of the season, just taking them to town. And a lot of our goals came from their own throw-ins and like free kicks and stuff. Like, clearances, like, I don't know what happened. That was a very dangerous tackle, I got to point out, but the ball played downfield. Pipoca, burst of pace from him. He's got this wonderful dribbling ability. Picks out the pass to Millington, round his man, and of course it was 4-0 on 23 minutes. Pipoca had a wonderful game again. Apologies, he actually went off slightly later in the game. I'll have to see. You'll see when the substitutions were when we flash back to the other game, but it was all quite early in the game, if I recall. Santos then, ball in here. Millington brings it down into Vanos, strike, ricochets around, and Lopez Souza eventually puts that over the line, but 5-0 up inside 25 minutes. I thought we were going to score more, but the injuries, of course, kind of limited who we could bring in, and Cardiff actually had some chances later in the game, I have to say. When did he have to go off? He went off in the 61st minute, and Santos in the first half. Apologies, there you go. So disappointing, and obviously both out for 4 to 5 weeks now, which is going to be annoying, because that's a busy January we've got, and not having those two could be really, really poor. Now, against Stoke, you might look at that and go, wow, you did a great job there. No. Look at the... Look. Like, okay, we had 2 more shots on target and a few more shots overall, but they did not deserve to lose this game by 6 goals to 1. Bear in mind, it was 0-0 at half-time, and I was genuinely to fear because Stoke were playing quite well. Like, okay, we had some more clear cuts, but look at this. Millington was basically received direct from the throw in there and made it 1-0. So what did I do? I thought, right, let's just set this. Let's just leave it for a little bit and see if we can grab ourselves another goal, which of course we did 5 minutes later. Archubi's ball, Vanos with the strike, and it actually goes in off of Mike Brooks in the end and goes down as his goal. So at this point, 2-0 up. Let's go and put it on defensive. Go to our defensive setup. Almost immediately after that, poor defending, and it's 2-1. And I'm like, ah, dear. So I stayed on it and decided to just play this sort of counter-attacking style for the rest of the match, which is exactly what we did. And I don't know what happened here. After that, I just don't even know what happened. Stoke basically, it's like when I throw the, you know, when against Ajax last year, when I threw it on overload, also look at this for bad defending, when I threw it on overload and they just caught us a couple of times on the break. That's exactly what we just did to Stoke. Millington grabbing his second of the night there to make it 3-1. You know, 2 pounced mistakes. Then Lucarelli back post, Robert Gray getting in there this time to make it 4-1. A completely undeserved, like, okay, maybe 3-1 was okay, but 4 was starting to take the piss a little bit. Stoke were not as bad as that. And then it just got worse. It was highlight after highlight. We could have had more. I don't know how, but we've just played really, really well. Once we settled it down, I mean, Gomez came off the bench and got 2 assists. Millington here, and look at that for a hit from Norman Millington, with his to complete his hat trick on the night and grab his, what was that, 23rd goal of the season or 22nd? I can't remember exactly. And then directly from the kickoff on that, Millington managed to grab himself a 4th goal of the night, just to prove. I mean, it was such a simple goal. Borja Gomez just lumps the ball downfield over the top, and it's a goal basically. Look, Gomez just picks his pass, dink. Millington's through, takes it round the goalkeeper and smash. Another goal for Pompey, and 6-1 up after 78 minutes. 25th goal of the season for Norman Millington now. And I just wonder, can he get back on that train and beat his record of last year? Now, all of that coming into today's game leaves the league looking like this. We are top. We've got 49 points from our first 18 matches. If we were to win against Chelsea today, you know, which is huge, we would move, well, what are we at the moment? We would move 11 points clear of Chelsea if we were to win this. They'd have a game in hand, so potentially it would only be 8 if they were to win it, which you'd feel they would do. But we'd also have 52 points from the first half of the season, which is just like, I don't know, if we don't win the league this year, I'll be absolutely gutted, really, because we've played so well at the moment, but it is all about the long run, really, isn't it? Millington is now top scorer in the league with 20 in 18, which is phenomenal. And I'm wondering, if he carries on playing like this, is he going to be able to challenge Guy Whittingham's record for Portsmouth in a league season of 42 goals? Is that possible? I would love to see it. So top goal scorer, Norman Millington with 15. Pipoca has, sorry, not 15, 25. Pipoca has 14 in 15 starts. Luigi Lucarelli has 11 and is the 3rd best scorer on the team. Vanos with 5, and then a few players with 4. Assists-wise, Santos has 12. Pipoca, Lucarelli, and Vanos have 10 apiece. Pipoca's got 10 assists. That's crazy. But Santos could do with a few more, actually. But again, he's going to be out injured for ages again now, which is such a shame. Millington most man of the matches with 8. Yellow cards, Robert Gray has 7, and he is actually going to be suspended for this game against Chelsea, which is a pain. Red cards, Vanos with the 1. Key aerial challenges, Miguel Lopez with 74. Key passes is Santos with 109. Key tackles, Robert Gray with 30, and interceptions, of course, Robert Gray with 299. As for value, Millington up there at 33 million, but Vanos, and you'll notice that Tony Ivancic, finally, having just signed a new contract, is now up to £31.5 million, and he's still not even that old. He's like 23 or something. 23 years old, and he's been at the club for quite some time now. I can't remember how many years he's been with us. This is his 7th year at Portsmouth, and I've got to tell you, I mean, he's probably on for his best season yet if you actually look at it. You know, he's averaging a 7.72 already. He's got 4 assists already and 3 goals already. I think he will almost certainly get more assists and goals than he's ever had before this year. He's just looking better and better and better. Right, so that brings us into today's game against Chelsea. What system? Oh, my life. They're playing a 3-5-2, which means we're going to have to go with our 2 up top system because our other system just doesn't work against these sort of lineups. That's why I invented that other system. That's why we had to change systems, because if you recall when we first played in the Premier League, we had a good system, but it just didn't work against back threes, which is why I started to try and come up with alternatives. Chelsea are a very, very good form this season. You'll notice that City actually did lose another game, which is why we're currently 11 points clear of them and having played the same number of matches. But United and Spurs could overtake them with wins. In fact, it was Spurs that actually beat City, so there you go. Brighton and Burnley have fallen away a little bit now. In fact, they've fallen away quite a lot when you look at it. They're still in the top half, though, and that's good performances for them. Hull have yet to win a game, and we're at the halfway stage of the season nearly. That's pretty abysmal for them. But everyone else could still quite comfortably survive. You know, Norwich could go on a good run. Any of those sides down there could easily go on a good run. Oldham have sort of fallen away a little as well and are now down in the doldrums. I worry, basically. You know, we've played so well. 16 wins out of 18 in the league. We had the draw against, was it Leicester? No, it was Everton, wasn't it, away from home? And then that irritating defeat at home to Man United. We are at home to Chelsea, though. I feel like if we win this, the chances of us winning the title are really high, but if we were to lose this, it could all go tits up, and we're going to have to go with this system today. I just feel like we need to go with 2 up top against that particular style. We're knackered as well. It doesn't help as well, but we only played on Friday, and it's Sunday now. And Chelsea, because of the fact they've got all these games in the game in hand, mean they didn't play, so they're completely fresh, which is a little bit annoying. So they are going to have a full strength team that is fully fresh, whereas we aren't. So let's see what we can make out of this. Simpson, of course, up front with Millington, Vanos, Lucarelli, Gomez, Sassy, Afteret, Lopez Sousa, Verstraeten, and Kumalo. I mean, that's my worry. I just feel like we're going to get caught out here, and I just have this horrible feeling that that's going to happen. But we've got to go for it. We're at home. You know, 2 up top. I feel like we can do this. Millington might have to carry us a little bit at times. But if it has to be the case, it has to be the case. Just look at these. The fitness levels aren't there for us at the moment. And it's a pain. It is a massive, massive pain. Right. So we're just going to go for this, guys. We're going to do our best. I mean, the fact is, even if we were to lose this, it wouldn't world, but it would mean that, you know, Chelsea win, they've gone to 44 points. They would then have to win their other game, and they'd gone. Chelsea could be on 47 points at the halfway stage of the season. Now, we could have 49 points from our first half of the season and still only be 2 points clear at the top. If it isn't one thing, it's another. We're doing our best, though, and hopefully these sides will drop points in the second half of the season, but I just have an awful feeling that they won't. So let's just, we'll firstly put it on close. Let's just go for this, basically. We have to try and come up with something. I just really hope that if they beat us, it's because they're the better team. You know, that's all I ask for. If they're going to beat us, at least make it so that they are the better side on the night and they get a deserved win. I'll do my best to make sure that that isn't the case and that we actually deserve to win and get the win. But I just don't want to have another one of these ones where we deserve to win and lose. So let's go for it. This is a big game for Mark Simpson. I think this might be his first ever start for us in a competitive fixture. He's come off the bench a few times for us, but Chelsea on the shooting board literally within the first seconds of the game. That's not wise, unless that is just a blip. Right, here we go. Afteret, who of course playing on the left because no Santos. Afteret's ball in. Simpson with a big header off the post on the rebound, and not quite. Big chance there for Portsmouth in the first 5 minutes. Mark Simpson, who is a big target man and is wonderful in the air, so that is a good tactic to use on him. You know, getting those balls in, he is going to be superb trying to win the headers. That's it. Verstraeten comes across. Just drop it down. Drop it down. Keep playing it. There we go. At least we're actually getting to the second ball at the moment. No, we're not. But there we go. Good chance initially there going to Portsmouth. A 0-0 draw wouldn't be the worst result. If we could draw with Chelsea, I guess, but I would like to win and hope to try and get draws away from home, perhaps against some of these sides. Gerhardt, Bell, good block. Well done, guys. There's a good chance for Chelsea, but admittedly, I don't really consider that to be that clear cut because, again, he would have had to get that through a crowd of players. Coming up to half-time here, a couple of chances. Chelsea have had a good chance, we've had a good chance, but nobody's managed to make break the deadlock so far. It is on a knife edge in this game, but the question is, do we go attacking or do we just sit? We're on control, so we're okay for now, but I might have to try and go for it a bit later on. But it is the risk, you know, you do run the risk of losing the game if you go for it like that, and you know that is always the danger. Simpson chasing that down. I'm just wondering if we could maybe target some crosses to Mark Simpson and just try to win some headers or something. He is just that good in the air. If we could get him a couple of headers. Lucarelli whips it in. Millington at the back post. After it, and a good save there from the goalkeeper. Good chance for Pompey goes begging, but it's 1-1 on good chances. We've maybe just edged it, but it is a very, very tight game at the moment. Simpson on the edge of the area. To Vanos, have a shot. Go on. Oh, after it. Can he whip it across? Nobody there. But Sassy brings it down. Oh, he's got a man over. Beckhardt, he should have just passed it. First time, get your first time pass away and there's no problems there. 53 minutes into the game, it is finally poised here at 0-0. Don't let him shoot from range. There we go. Good. Well done, Borja Gomez. But put the tackle in a little earlier if you could, yeah? We look to be slightly edging it, but it is literally on a knife edge at the moment. 0-0. It's a question of who makes that move. Simpson for Millington. Oh, and a good save again. Right, okay, that's 2 good chances we've missed now. Come on, guys. Don't let them hit you with the sucker punch like they did last season. Let's not have that crap again. Frustrating, great clearance. Somebody closed down Ryan Smith. He's so dangerous. Right, good. Now, carry on chasing it. And, well done, Ola, after that. That is wonderful play. You know, he's not really a winger by trade, but... that's superb. Right, now, look out wide, look out wide. Sassy and... come on, guys. You did such good work, and then you go and screw it up by... Right, just make a tackle. Don't give away the penalty, though. Just don't let him... Good save from Belongo. Right, Chelsea are coming back into this a little bit now, so we might have to just... I don't know what to do, really. Right, 66 minutes. Time for a substitution. Who do we bring on, though? I mean, I know that he's knackered, but the only one we can really bring in is Connor Barnes. I don't know if that's really what... Actually, because he's so... Connor Barnes is pacey. And it might be quite worthwhile having someone really pacey there in the back four. It's a strange choice, I know, but we probably should actually. I'm just thinking of maybe hitting some early crosses here to try and get Mark Simpson just a chance to head that ball. Like, Chelsea have really started to come at us a little bit now, and they would probably deserve a goal if they got one at the moment, if I'm honest. After it. Ball in. Nobody there. That's right, Simpson's going to go to this, and he should be able to find After It again here. He does. That's a good ball, actually. After It. Ball across. Millington! It's in. It's in the back of the bloody net. There we go. Oh, it's okay. It's a Jimenez own goal, but I don't really give a crap. Pompey 1, Chelsea 0. That would be It's a great ball from Millington. Right, the question is, what do we do now? After It's ball across. Millington... I don't know how that doesn't count as Millington's goal. I didn't see them touch it. Right, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Another substitution is definitely needed. I just don't know what to do. We're finally poised. Should we go defensive and waste some time? That's sort of a given, isn't it, really? Tercio's coming on. That's first change. I might make 2 subs now, actually, just to freshen things up a little bit. Get Artubi on for Lucarelli. Stick with what we've got up front. Give these guys a good old team talk. I'll tell you what, guys, if we were to win this, I would feel really, really confident. Right, now, once I press this, I'm going to quickly pause it again and put it on defensive and make sure that we've got time wasting on... might just shoot on... No. Actually, we've got good dribblers, and dribbling is important at the moment, so we're just going to go with that. We're going to keep hitting early crosses. I hope that at the moment... I hope that this will be enough, but I just have a horrible feeling that they're still going to get something from... that they're still going to come back. And on the balance, they probably wouldn't be... You know, it's not that they wouldn't deserve it, I guess. But if we were to get a second, I would feel so much more comfortable. Go on, Mark. Go on, Mark. Take your time, Mark. What is the point? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? There's so many options. There we go. Great tackle again. Ola After It has been absolutely outstanding on this wing tonight. And his outward play has been great too. Oh, we've got so many men over. Look at the space. What are you doing? There's a huge gap. Oh, my life. There was such a huge gap open on that right-hand side. All you have to do is play that pass and tackle him, tackle him, tackle him! Sorry, guys. Getting well into this now. Such an important game for us this season. I can't believe he didn't play that ball outright. Oh, no! Oh, come on! Don't believe it. What the hell happened there? I know that... Oh, fucking hell, I'm sorry. What in the name of God was that? Right, well, we're going to just go back to what we were doing. Turn off shoot on sight again, though. And we'll work the ball back into the... I can't believe that. I did click attacking, right, not overload. Just to make sure of that. Right, I did, yeah, good. I'm in shock that that's happened. If I'm honest. A 1-1 draw, we should have won that. I mean, actually, I'll tell you what. On the balance of things, it's a shame. I feel like we probably could have won that if we hadn't have fucked that up at the end there. But, I mean, clear cuts, 2-1, half justice. I don't know. Maybe we edged it ever so slightly, but that goal... I mean, I suppose you could say our goal was lucky too, but it wasn't in the same level because Millington was right there and was going to put that in. But that was just ridiculous. Also, firstly, why did Artubi's shot go backwards? Because it didn't appear to hit anyone. Secondly, why didn't the guy clear it off the line instead of just knocking it into his own net? And thirdly, why did the goalkeeper dive over it? It beggars belief. Anyway, right, so there we go. It's not the worst result in the world. You know, it's a 1-1 draw against Chelsea. We didn't lose, which is the crucial part of that. You know, the gap between us and Chelsea will remain the same. Other results, Spurs win, Man United win, and I assume City win as well. So they have closed the gap on us slightly. But in fact, you know, City are still 9 points behind us. United could go 6 points behind us. They're all chasing us down like rabid wolves. But that's all we can really do. I'm sorry about that, guys. I couldn't believe that result there. We're so damn close. Wow. Own goals for either team. Wow. Right, what we're going to do for the next episode. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Well, okay, at the moment what we're going to do... Yeah, no, actually that makes perfect sense. We're going to do the Manchester City game in the Premier League at the end of January. So in between there, we're going to have Arsenal at home, which is crucial. Wolves in the FA Cup, which is quite important too. Then we've got Forest, Sheffield United in the league. So slightly easier, you'd think. Hopefully we can pick up wins there. And then Spurs away, that's going to be huge for us. If we can get through that without losing, there's a big opportunity. And then we've got, 2 games against Chester City in the League Cup, which hopefully we can win both of them. Then we've got Manchester City away in the Premier League, which is going to be the next most important game before we get into the games against Benfica. So that is what we're going to do in the next episode. So guys, if you like what you're seeing, please drop a like on the video, and if you'd liked it even more than that, please subscribe to my channel for more Portsmouth and Red Star Belgrade in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock. And I will see you guys in the next episode for the game against Manchester City. See you guys then. Bye bye.